No car owner ever wants to experience a situation where his or her car engine begins to overheat. It could be very traumatizing with varying degrees of risks, which can even lead to fatalities such as fire or engine explosions. Here are 10 issues that can affect your car engine's cooling system, leading to overheating. 1. Low coolant levels. Insufficient coolant in the system, often due to leaks, evaporation, or inadequate filling. You may begin to notice a rise in the temperature gauge, the coolant warning light may come on, and the engine overheats. Low coolant levels can cause the engine to overheat, leading to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. You can fix this problem by checking the coolant level regularly, topping up the coolant as needed, and inspecting the system for leaks. If the level is consistently low, it's important to have the system inspected and repaired by a qualified mechanic. Leaks in the cooling system can come from cracks or holes in hoses, the radiator water pump or other components, which allow coolant to escape. You might notice coolant leaks, see the temperature gauge rising, and the engine could overheat. These leaks can actually cause the engine to overheat, which may lead to damage to the engine block, the cylinder head, and other vital engine components. You can fix this problem by inspecting the system for leaks, replacing damaged components, and pressure testing the system to ensure it is leak-free. So, number 3, a faulty thermostat. Sometimes the thermostat gets stuck closed or open, and that stops the engine from reaching its optimal operating temperature. You might notice the engine takes too long to warm up, or it overheats, which can also lead to temperature gauge fluctuations. A faulty thermostat can cause the engine to overheat or run inefficiently, which honestly leads to decreased performance and fuel efficiency. So you can fix this problem by replacing the thermostat with a new one, just making sure it's properly installed and functioning correctly. Number 4, a clogged radiator. Debris, corrosion, or mineral deposits can block coolant flow through the radiator, preventing proper cooling. You'll probably notice a rise in the temperature gauge, coolant leaks, and well, the engine overheating. A clogged radiator can actually cause the engine to overheat, which might lead to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. So, in order to fix this problem, you'll want to flush the radiator to remove debris and corrosion. If needed, you should replace the radiator, and well, it's a good idea to use a radiator cleaner to prevent future clogs. Number 5, bad or faulty water pump. If the impeller or bearings are worn or damaged, the water pump just can't circulate coolant properly. This will lead to a rise in the temperature gauge, coolant leaks, and the engine overheats. A bad water pump can cause the engine to overheat, which may lead to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. It's definitely something you want to keep an eye on. To fix this problem, you'll want to replace the water pump with a new one, just making sure it's properly installed and functioning correctly. Number 6, incorrect coolant mixture. An incorrect ratio of coolant to water, which, can cause the coolant to freeze or boil prematurely, can actually cause the temperature gauge to rise, the engine to overheat, and even lead to coolant leaks. An incorrect coolant mixture can cause the engine to overheat, which honestly can lead to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. So, the solution to this is to check the coolant mixture and adjust it to the recommended ratio, making sure it's properly mixed and filled. Number 7, clogged or faulty radiator hoses. Debris, corrosion, or damage can block coolant flow through the radiator hoses, which prevents proper cooling. The issues you'll notice will include a rise in the temperature gauge, coolant leaks, and the engine overheating. Clogged or faulty radiator hoses can cause the engine to overheat, leading to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. Fixing this issue requires you to inspect the radiator hoses for any damage or blockages, replace them if necessary, and, make sure they're properly connected and secured. Faulty temperature sensor or gauge. So incorrect temperature readings due to a faulty temperature sensor or gauge can cause temperature gauge malfunctions, engine overheats, or even make the engine run cold. A faulty temperature sensor or gauge can cause the engine to overheat or run inefficiently, which honestly leads to decreased performance and fuel efficiency. So in order to fix this issue, you'll want to replace the temperature sensor or gauge with a new one, making sure it's properly installed and working as it should. Now, air in the cooling system can sneak in through leaks, improper filling, or, a few other ways, and that can cause restrictions in the coolant flow. The symptoms you'll notice include the temperature gauge rising, engine overheating, and sometimes even coolant leaks. Air in the cooling system can cause the engine to overheat, leading to damage to the engine block, cylinder head, and other components. In order to fix this, bleed air from the cooling system, inspect for leaks, and ensure the system is properly filled and bled. Corrosion or mineral deposits form in the cooling system, blocking coolant flow and causing overheating. To cure this problem, make sure you use only approved engine oil and coolants on your engine. And, it's always a good idea to wash and clean off all oil and liquid deposits on your engine to avoid corrosion of engine parts or clogs along the cooling system. Identifying the best grade coolant for your radiator involves considering several factors, including the type of vehicle, engine, and climate. Here's a step-by-step guide to help you choose the right coolant. 1. Check your vehicle's owner's manual. The manual will specify the recommended coolant type and grade, and look out for the section on maintenance or specifications. 2. Determine your vehicle's engine type. Gasoline engines typically use a conventional green or yellow coolant. Diesel engines often require a specialized coolant, such as a nitrite-free or organic acid technology, OAT coolant. And high-performance engines may require a high-performance coolant with enhanced corrosion protection. 3. Consider your climate. Hot climates require a coolant with a higher boiling point to prevent overheating. Cold climates require a coolant with a lower freezing point to prevent freezing. 4. Choose the right coolant grade. Conventional coolants typically meet ASTM D3306 standards and are suitable for most passenger vehicles. Organic acid technology, OAT, coolants meet ASTM D6210 standards and offer improved corrosion protection and longer lifespan, while hybrid organic acid technology, HOAT coolant, combine the benefits of conventional and OAT coolants. Propylene glycol coolants offer improved freeze protection and are often used in diesel engines. 5. Check the coolant's corrosion protection. Silicate-based coolants provide excellent corrosion protection for aluminum and other metals. Nitrite-based coolants offer good corrosion protection, but may not be suitable for aluminum engines, while OAT and HOAT coolants provide long-term corrosion protection without the need for silicates or nitrites. 6. Verify the coolant's compatibility. Check the coolant's compatibility with your vehicle's engine, radiator, and hoses, and avoid mixing coolants unless specifically recommended by the manufacturer. 7. Look for certifications and approvals. ASTM certification ensures the coolant meets industry standards. Also verify the coolant is approved by your vehicle's manufacturer. By considering these factors, you can identify the best grade coolant for your radiator and ensure optimal engine performance, corrosion protection, and longevity.